Okay, let's open the book on a story that's unfolding right now, deep inside the plumbing of the internet. It's a story about its invisible new helpers and a massive challenge that we have to solve, like yesterday.
So I want you to picture this. Imagine 50 million incredibly intelligent, glowing little helpers just arriving in our perfectly organized clockwork world. Their job? To do all the hardest work for us. Think managing global supply chains, executing complex financial trades, optimizing entire power grids, and they do it at 100 times the speed of any human. Now, this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. This is the dawn of the agentic economy, and it's happening now. You know, these autonomous intellects, they represent a monumental leap forward for industry, for finance, for pretty much everything. But, and this is a huge but, they show up with a critical foundational flaw. They have no ID. None. They just move through our digital world like ghosts, completely and utterly anonymous.
Now let's be clear. This anonymity isn't a feature. It is a catastrophic vulnerability. It's what allows chaos to spread. You get some of these helpers masquerading as the good guys who suddenly turn red, and they start to wreak havoc all over town. I'm talking draining bank accounts, shutting down hospitals, you name it.
So what's at the heart of this problem? It's something called the cryptographic illusion. Right now, getting a so-called trusted certificate is basically like printing your own fake name tag. An automated system just checks if an agent controls a web address. The thing is, anyone can buy a web address for, what, $8 and get that trust in seconds with zero real identity verification. It's a joke.
This quote just nails the absurdity of our current system, doesn't it? Proving you control a website is like saying you're a qualified surgeon just by showing off a scalpel you own. Yeah, you have the tool, but that says absolutely nothing about your skill, who you are, or whether you should be trusted. The credential is fake.
And this security gap? It creates a whole new class of cybercrime that we're calling Grand Theft Robot. All it takes is one malicious agent with a fake name tag to get inside a network. And because it looks legitimate, it can infect every single other agent it talks to. This is agent-to-agent contagion, and it can poison an entire system at machine speed.
Okay, so recognizing this clear and present danger, the town elders are finally stepping in. We're talking about the key internet governance bodies and, yes, the federal government, the very groups that write the rules for our digital world. They're demanding immediate action. The era of anonymous, unaccountable agents has to end.
And this slide shows you just how urgent this has become. We have two critical deadlines smashing into each other. On April 2nd, the U.S. government discusses the new standards for AI identity. Then, on April 30th, the Internet's naming authorities, ICANN, open a new application window. That gives us a razor-thin window, about a month, to build a new foundation of trust, one that demands real human accountability.
So, the problem is huge. The deadline is terrifying. How does our town actually solve this? Well, let's turn the page to the solution. It's called the Vault and the Engine. This is how we build a new, durable architecture of trust from the ground up.
The town is building this really elegant three-layer solution. First, you've got a wise gatekeeper, Inseparable. Their job is to manually, with humans, verify the real-world identity of every single agent and its human sponsor. Second, there's a powerful engine, Identity Digital, which provides the massive scalable back-end infrastructure needed to run all this. And third, you get a safe, secure neighborhood, the .agent domain, where only verified, trusted agents are even allowed to exist.
And here is the most crucial part of this whole thing. The process is human-led. There are no automated shortcuts to trust anymore. An agent only gets its identity, its digital license plate, if you will, after its human sponsor and their organization have been fully vetted by another human. No more fake name tags. Period.
But this new system, it's designed for so much more than just security. The final chapter of our story is really about building a more responsible, a more equitable digital future. It's about creating what we're calling a dividend for humanity.
So, each verified agent pays a tiny $10 annual fee for its digital license plate. This does two things. It creates just enough economic friction to make massive botnets way too expensive, and it creates a sustainable model for all this security and oversight.
And that revenue, it gets split 50-50. Half of it goes to maintain the secure infrastructure, paying for the gatekeeper and the engine, but the other half gets deposited directly into a giant piggy bank for humanity, creating a fund for universal basic income.
We call this the grandma race. It's a way to honor the generation that actually built the physical roads of the internet, the ones who laid the fiber optic cables. We're creating a dividend from this new agentic economy that runs on top of the very roads they built. It's a way of pouring that golden light right back onto the town's elders, making sure the benefits of this new world are shared by everyone.
So the clock is ticking, loudly. With these critical deadlines just weeks away, we have this tiny window to lock in a new foundation of trust for our entire digital civilization. The agents are already here. That's not up for debate. The only question left is, are we going to build their future on a foundation of verified, human-led identity? Or are we going to keep trying to build it on an illusion of trust?